Welcome back everyone, this is episode 2 of After Capture, and today's video is just going to be about, I'll take some pictures of some nighttime photography in my backyard. Basically when it's the new moon, the skies are darker, because obviously when it's full moon, you know, it's much more illuminated with the moon and all that. If you want to do stargazing or star trails or any kind of star, you know, kind of nighttime photography, you know, it's always good to do it on a new moon or around then, just because of it's darker skies, so you can see the stars better. They're not so much overpowered by the moon. But anyways, we're just going to get started here. This is basically I have a deciduous tree in my backyard, and I was just taking some fairly long exposures. I was doing some like 30-second shutter speeds. And basically this is just a really gorgeous image. I was actually using a little bit of a headlamp. I would illuminate it basically with the white light for a few seconds and just kind of move it up and down on the tree there. And you can still kind of see, you can kind of tell, obviously it's nighttime still, you can see some of the stars and all that kind of stuff. And it's just got this gorgeous kind of like side lighting going on these tree trunks and these tree branches. We're just gonna get started here. I haven't edited this before, you know, I just finally uploaded my computer. I took the image a few days ago, so we're just gonna get started here. Alright, here's the image here. Looks pretty gorgeous, I'd say, on its own. It's a little underexposed, so I'm gonna be working with some layers here. To start off, I'm just gonna have a preset set up. One of the ones I use a lot are these, they're called image enhancers on Skylum Luminar here. And thinking today I'm gonna, like I said, I usually just, when I edit images, I go by feel. I'm very, you know, I just go with the flow of it. So what I'm feeling right now is I really want to pop out these colors. So I'm gonna try this, just the regular image enhancer. Oh, yeah, that's too much, way too much. Let me try, yeah, the mild one seems to be much more fitting. And then I'm gonna tone down the slider here a little bit. Maybe to about, all right, it's at 84 now. And like I said, always after each edit, I like to just before and after just kind of look at where I'm going with it, you know. I think that's better. But so now I'm gonna mess with a new layer here. I'm gonna add the develop filter, and then I'm just gonna think in these shadows. Let me see what happens here. Just kind of gonna play around with it. Yeah, okay, yeah. I think that helps out a lot. Brings out more colors in the tree as well. And then I'm going to do some clarity sliding here, as always. Okay, not bad, not bad. I think it looks pretty good so far. Yes, see, we already like dramatically improved it, and I've only used like 3 or 4 tools, you know. And then I always, whenever I sharpen, I use the details enhancer here on Luminar. I'm gonna do it might be a little too much. I'm using the large on the details enhancer. That's pretty good. It was already pretty tack sharp to begin with, because basically with the way autofocus works on DSLRs is that it's pretty hard to do when it's like pitch black out, you know, because the focusing motor, tracking motor, can't really find a way to pinpoint, you know, a subject, no matter how, if it's far or wide or far away or whatever. But the thing is with this is that, you know, I used a headlamp basically to just illuminate one of the sections of the tree, and I just focused on that, and then I turn off the headlamp. Just a little neat little feature you can try out basically. Alright, I'm going to do the accent AI filter. I'm just going to put up to 22 here. Yeah, this image is probably going to be pretty quick to edit, just because it doesn't look too difficult, you know. The only thing I really had to do was, and I should have done this in camera, but you know, I was out for about an hour, and this was kind of, I think this is actually the first image I took out there. And it's pretty neat because, you know, as you can tell, there wasn't too many clouds. I mean, I could kind of see them here and there, but the way I had the camera position right here, it wasn't too much going on, at least. But then after about an hour of me being out there, you know, the cloud cover just got to be way too much. You know, it just covered, you know, everything basically. And so it kind of defeated the purpose, because you couldn't really see any of the stars as well. So that's just when I packed it up and went back inside. It's pretty cool how the AI sky enhancer they use on Luminar, it actually picks up the night sky here. It's pretty neat. I never actually thought about using it for just, obviously daytime, but I didn't think about using it for like nighttime, basically, sky. Overall, I'd say it's pretty good looking so far. Just gotta let me edit a few things. For my settings, for like the camera settings, I use ISO 1600. I'm using a 24mm prime lens, wide angle, and then f2.8. Just want to check out the finer details here for a second. Yeah, overall I'd say it's pretty solid. I think some of the neighboring houses, like their outdoor lights, I think that's kind of what this orange glow is on the side light, because I don't think that's me or my headlamp that I use to paint the light. I just use that to illuminate it, just kind of as like a fill flash, I guess, a fill light. But I feel like this orange light might be a neighboring house off to the side here that just had, a sustained light that whole 30-second exposure. So I think that's what that is, but can't be too sure. But I actually do like how it makes this amber kind of glow on the tree there. I think it looks very neat against kind of the blue coldness of the nighttime sky behind it and all the stars. Well, other than that, I think it looks pretty good. At some point, I gotta just let it be as it is. You don't want to fiddle with it too much, because then it just gets too over the top with the effects and all that kind of stuff. But let me just try one more thing here, this advanced contrast. See if I can put it all the way up. You know what, that doesn't look too bad. Okay, I'm gonna dial it back here, and then I think I'm gonna up the exposure just a little bit, because I'm checking this histogram up here, and it's kind of kind of too far to the left. You should always try to, I'm not like a master at this, I guess, but you should try to like expose for the right, because it gives you the most it maximizes the potential when you're editing it to get the most highlights in there and the most shadows, because you can always recover from the shadows if it's underexposed like this, but if the highlights are blown out, it's very hard to recover that image detail. And like I said, as always, shoot in raw, because that's what I did here, of course. There we go. That's what I was needing. Might be a little too much. Some contrast in there. I really like it. It's kind of otherworldly, but it looks pretty good. It's got good colors and all that kind of stuff as well. Well, I think that'll be it. So, as always, you want to export it. I just do JPEGs. You can always do like a TIFF file as well. And then keep that quality at 80%. My color space is sRGB. I don't see a need to do Adobe or anything else. And then you just title it. So I don't know what I'm gonna call this. I'm gonna call it New Moon Deciduous Tree. And then my cataloging way is I just take the first letter from each word that I use. So in this case it'd be NMDT. And then we'll just call this number 1, because this is my first new moon deciduous tree, basically. And I have a few other images I might check out and might edit those further from here, but other than that, that's pretty much it. So we're just gonna export it, and then easy as that, it'll go to the destination I chose. But so this has been After Capture. I've been editing this new moon deciduous tree. So I recommend that you always get out there and edit those photos. You know, obviously you want to spend more time out in the field, or at least you'd like to, but it's always nice to spend equal as amount of time caring about, you know, how you want to post process and of course print them later on. So until next time, guys, make sure to get out there. Have a good day.